Well, Spring Jubilee Soccer in Class 4 as star-studded as they come, including the Blacksburg boys, 13-time VHSL state champs. Today, tough matchup against Chancellor in the state semifinals. That is Coach Shelley Blumenthal, now the winningest coach in VHSL history, getting his boys prepped. Scoreless first half. Chargers score first in the second. Kick off the inside foot of Eli Carr. We've got a 1-0 lead. Chancellor scored again to take a 2-0 lead. Blacksburg down but never out. 2-1 now. Stuart Forsman on the header. Bounces one into the corner. We're tied at 2, but with under 4 minutes to play, Chancellor, the go-ahead goal, 35 yards out. Jake Peterson got it done. They take down the defending champion Blacksburg 3-2. Meantime, Class 3 boys. Northside playing in its first ever state semifinal game against Tab. Both goalkeepers kept busy. Brandon Kaminer trying to place the ball. Scott Newman, nice sweeping save to take it away. Vikings dominated the possession. Here, this is Toby Roland, prime position to score, but Connor Guido, right place, right time. But Northside breakthrough second half. That's Daniel Piera kissing the crossbar and in. Northside added an insurance goal for a 2-0 victory to advance to the Class 3 final.
I think our trust factor really pushed us to the edge in our work rate. We made sure that at the end of the day, we have to continue to push. They pushed back, but we made sure that we countered in to finish off. So I'm really proud of the kids. Oh, I'm so proud of them.
Indeed. On the other side of the Class 3 bracket, it's Northside taking on, you'll see, Western Albemarle tomorrow at 3, a 4-0 winner over Manassas Park. Moving to Class 2, how about Robert E. Lee for the last time? They'll soon be Stanton High School again. Taking on Giles High, Kyle Stetson with the Lehman for the Lehman with his penalty kick to make it 1-0. Giles working near the box. They're going to try, but Cullen Wallace is going to stop it. Meanwhile, Nathan Ori with a save of his own. Robert E. Lee would eliminate Giles today, 7-1. Was your final. On to Class 2 boys and Martinsville taking on George Mason. First half action, Bulldogs trying to apply the pressure, and you'll see a good chance here, but just did get it saved. Later, Ben Jarrett with a nice look for the red and white, just a little wide. This one eventually goes to George Mason over Martinsville, 2-0. In this semifinal. Class 1 semifinals, Auburn and Rappahannock. Raiders were the aggressors throughout a scoreless game and into overtime. Edward Headley solo flight. Goalkeeper Carter Brockman was impenetrable all day. Nice stop right there. Second 5-minute overtime, still scoreless. Carter Sheeler plays it ahead to Gage Phillips, and Gage gets it done under pressure in front. And watch the Eagle take flight. Auburn boys into the state finals for the first time. They get it done with defense and the deadly counterpunch.
Look to poach a goal when we can, but we are always solid in shape defensively, just making sure that we're not letting balls in behind. And then we just wait for a moment of brilliance, and it just happened at the very end of the game today.
Indeed it did. How about the Galax dynasty going for a 5th title in 6 years? Semifinals versus Northumberland. Maroon Tide's Eric Escobar leads Christian Rojas, who finishes in front. It's 1-0 Galax. Later, Escobar the penalty shot for a handball in the box, and that is too easy. That's money. It's 2-0. And then watch Escobar showing the full range of his talents. This from about 20 yards out. Watch the big time left foot blast right there. Top shelf and in. Galax rolls 3-0 to reach another state final. James River Spring sports success has often been softball, but this afternoon, their girls soccer team takes to the turf in state semifinal action, facing Maggie Walker in the Class 2 semifinal. Walker with the quick strike capability. Mimi Kemp on the fly right there, getting it done. 1-0 quickly in this one. The Dragons kept the pressure on. Watch right here, Katie Smith, point-blank shot. She would be turned away by the keeper, Colleen Perry. Colleen doing all she could in there in what was a barrage of offensive action. Rebound shot tonight as well, but Maggie Walker dominated 5-0. They advanced to the state finals versus George Mason tomorrow. More Class 2 action, Radford versus George Mason. Yeah, it was still raining. Mustangs going to strike first, just out of Sadie Hurst's reach. 1-0 in the 9th minute. Later, Bobcats down 2-0. Taylor Hamblin sees an empty net, shoots and scores, but time would expire as George Mason wins this one 2-1. Auburn facing off against Rappahannock, fighting for a spot in that inaugural Class 1 Girls State Championship. Pick it up 20th minute, Eagles up 1-0. Abby Lafon, nice shot here. They go up by 2. Second half, Lindsey Harris going to find the back of the net as well to make it 3-0. One more goal late in this one for Auburn. They are on to the championship. Eastmont was trying to join them. Rivals collide, perhaps in the final. Well, it didn't quite happen. Stonewall Jackson striking first. Kylene Franklin just under the crossbar in the 6th minute. Second half, the Generals will try it again. Maddie Smith would fly in for the save, but Stonewall not being stopped. The Generals move on 3-1 over Eastmont, so that will be Auburn's opponent tomorrow. Hey, game 4.